Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 8. This is my second take because the first one I had no sound. So I'm going to do the whole thing again. Today's practice, you will need a yoga strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use just a belt that you would wear around your waist. If you don't have either of those, you can still do this practice by just using your hands. So we're going to start on our backs. I will tell you, this is going to be a slower practice, deeper stretches. But the reason is there's a term in yoga called Svadhyaya. And what that means is self study. So we look at ourselves on the mat. What do we feel? What are we thinking while we're feeling it? Are we being critical? Are we being comparative? Are we being judgy? Are we in competition? And then out there in life, Svadhyaya looks like, am I really doing what I want to be doing? Am I saying yes to the things I want to say yes to? Am I living in alignment? Alignment's big for me. Looking at the self through our thoughts, words, and actions. So the actions here is a practice for life out there. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and come onto my back. I'm using my laptop instead of my phone today because my phone is dead and I didn't have sound on my microphone. So we'll try it this way. So a little different view. So here's the deal. You're going to take your strap and you're going to come all the way down into your back and then just kind of drape the strap around your waist. And then you're going to circle your knees. Just go one direction and then the other direction. Should feel nice. And then one hand on each knee, begin to open up the knees, close the knees, open and close. Just starting to feel a little bit of awareness of tight parts in the body, comfort parts in the body. Now bring the knees close to the chest. Open the knees, draw a circle, and come back. Bring the knees in, open, and come back. Now we're going to reverse that. You're going to push away, open, and close. Push away, open, and close. One more. So you get a little massage for the back, a lot of opening for the hips. Now take the strap and place it around your right foot. We're not going to be tight gripping of the strap. I just have it looped over my finger. And then I want my right leg to be straight. So I'm going to have to come down to a diagonal to make that happen. Because if I come up here, my knee wants to bend because my hamstrings are tight. So we want to go to where the knee can be straight. And then take your left leg and straighten it. So here we are. Foot is flexed. Toes are going to go towards the nose. So we want to keep some length here, not gripping the strap too hard. Now, if you don't have a strap, you're holding onto your hamstrings with your hand. And then we're simply going to make some circles about as big as a volleyball, not super big and definitely not fast. We want to feel the intricacies. That's part of that self study. Like when I get right there, there's a sensation that feels different than when I'm here. And now reverse it. Straps can be great tools for opening up the body, using less muscle work and more muscle stretch. One more. Perfect. Now steady the leg. We're going to inhale, just let it relax a little bit. Exhale, straighten it. So I'm really using my arms, not to yank, but to guide. Inhale to relax. Exhale to open. Two more. Inhale to relax. Exhale. Inhale to relax. Exhale to stay. Now my knee wants to bend, so I'm going to back off a little bit, close up the straps. I'm going to reach with my right hand close up towards the foot. Now that feels like an amazing stretch. It gets better. Take your right leg and bring it across the body to the left, only as wide as your body. So that's going to be 8-ish inches. You will feel a deep stretch from your right hip to your right knee. That's called your IT band. It's a very fibrous, dense tissue that gets very, very tight and can actually pull the back a little bit out of alignment, which then can cause some back pain. So you're going to hold and breathe. It's intense. So we want to make sure we're walking a fine line of intensity, but not pain. And so if you're feeling a ton of pain, back off a little bit. If you're on the edge, you got a great tool called your breath. Take 2 more breaths here. It should feel good, like a bad kind of good. All right, now we're going to slide the strap so that our hand's a little bit closer to our hip. You'll keep your foot flexed, take a breath, and now open the right leg to the right. Take your left hand on top of your left hip, press there. That's going to give a little bit of pressure. Remind you that both cheeks need to be on the mat. If your left hip wants to roll up, then you need to lift your right leg a little higher. So we don't want to be rolled like this. We want to be flat against the floor. And so your leg, it may only be here. That's okay. Listen to your body. Self-study, Svadhyaya. All right, take a breath. Maybe bring your toes a little higher. Should feel good. All right, use your core, use your arms. Inhale to rise. Bend your right knee, slip the strap off, hug both knees in, rock and roll again. So I'm going to show you how to use the straps for both lower body and upper body today because it gives a different sensation than when we just are using our body. Right foot drops, strap hooks over the left foot, and we straighten. Now, part of self-study is recognizing that we have 2 different sides. We compensate for one. We might have a little bit stronger side, and not being judgmental and not being negative to what is. Now, straighten the left leg. It needs to be straight. So I'm at a pretty good diagonal. If I were to take my leg up to the sky, then it wants to bend and it begins to feel uncomfortable. So take it to a diagonal, toes towards the nose. Now straighten your right leg. Okay, so we created some space here. Oof. Start to draw circles. So my circles on my left leg are only about the size of a tennis ball. Yours should be volleyball-ish. Circles. One more. And now reverse it. And again, nice and slow. So what do you do when it's really uncomfortable? Well, if it's painful, we stop. That's part of ahimsa, which is another principle of yoga of non-harming. But if it's just really uncomfortable, last one, then we look at our thoughts. What do we do with that? What do we do with the thoughts? Reach up with your left hand, right hand on your right hip, straight leg. You're going to bring it across the body. So when we experience an injury or pain in the body, we have a tendency to become fearful or negative, get really, really upset about it. But the reality is it is. And so I've worked over the last 10 or 11 years just acknowledging that my left hip is extremely painful and to give myself a whole bunch of grace. That IT band feels it. All right, slip your hands down. You're going to open the left to the left. Now watch your right hip. It's going to want to lift. So you're going to press. And maybe this side you're only halfway down. It's okay. Lots of space through the pelvis here. Breathe. Feel that in your inner thigh. Next in breath. Bring it on up. Bend the knee and just take the strap off of the foot. And you can just lay it on your lap. We're going to take the knees up to the sky. Feet are going to go wide. And rather than taking that zigzag twist where we hold, we're just going to windshield wiper side to side. Just get some movement. Doesn't need to be much. Just bringing a little bit of awareness to the moment, to what your body's experiencing. And then we're going to bring the knees into the chest, squeeze tight, and you're going to rock over to the right side. And then push yourself up to a seat. That's hard. All right, we're going to come to a seated position. You'll need your strap. Legs are going to be long, so you have to pick up your goodness, your backside, and find your butt bones. All right, legs are going to be straight, toes are going to be back towards your nose, and you're going to reach that strap around your legs, around your little, around your little, around your little feet. And you're going to sit nice and tall. Now, the strap's going to be looped around the finger. We're not yanking. Heart is going to go towards the feet. So for some of us, we're going to come right into a diagonal like this. For others, myself included, I'm just going to barely hinge forward because I feel such a sensation through my legs. If I were to try to force myself there, my knees would want to bend. That's okay. Knees can bend. But for today, we're really looking at lengthening the back of the body. Elbows tuck into the ribs. Take a breath. And then just gently pull forward. Okay, so just pull your body forward. I'm not gripping really tight. I'm barely holding on to this strap. It's simply being a guide for my heart to go towards my feet. So you can see today is a very hard day for my body. Yesterday was very hard as well. So the Svadhyaya that I practice is listening to what I need today from me, mind, body, and spirit, and then honoring that and giving myself what I need. If you don't ever ask yourself, what does my mind need, my body need, my spirit need? You could go days, weeks, years, decades, a lifetime, never giving yourself what you truly need. Come back up. And that is how this practice begins on the mat. And we start to apply it to our life because we're starting to learn and look at ourselves. Go ahead and sit on your mat. You can sit cross-legged. I can't, but I'm going to choose to sit here. I know a lot of people can't sit this way because of knees. So find what feels the best in your body. And then we're going to take the strap and do the 6 directions of the spine with the strap, which is really, really cool because it gives a whole different sensation. So the purpose here is a practice. This is a practice for life. So what we do with discomfort, with pleasure, with our mind getting really busy and ahead of ourselves, what we do here, we actually learn to apply there. So if I'm here and I'm feeling a deep sensation in the back of my left leg, do I take my thoughts immediately into the future, to the unknown, to the uncertainty, to the fear? Or do I stay with my breath? Do I stay with the discomfort? Do I just drop into it? And then watch what happens when I sink and stay, that my mind pulls back into the present moment. Now, out there in life, when you're having a hard conversation or you're in an interaction or something comes up for you, you can know now that you've practiced here, staying in it, dropping into the uncomfortable, staying present, and then doing what you need to do to get through that challenging situation. It's all just a practice for life. All right, hands in front, shoulder width apart, not further. We're going to go further, but the first round, shoulder width. So the strap is here. Now it's not loose, but it's not super white knuckled. It's just got some oomph to it. Inhale, up we go. All right, we're going to tip over to the right. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, shoulder height. Take a breath. And now spin to the right. Look behind you. It feels different with a strap, yeah? Inhale back to center. Exhale, look left. Inhale back to center. My favorite. We're going to reach up, lift your heart, flare your tail. And then exhale, round your spine, reach to me, tuck your chin. Return to neutral, lower your arms. 6 directions of the spine, but we're using a strap to enhance that sensation. Take your arms wider like a letter Y. Inhale, up we go. Pull the strap. Exhale over. Feels great. Inhale up. Exhale left. You can also do this standing if sitting is not for you. Bring your arms down, take a breath, spin to the right. Come back to center, breathe. Spin to the left, exhale. Come back to center. Here's that beautiful extension. Inhale up, look up, reach your arms back. And now reverse that exhale, reach to me, round your spine, tuck your chin, come up to neutral, lower your arms. Now we're going to take it even wider, so wide that the arms are stretched pretty wide, but there's not lax in the strap. We want it to be tight. All right, inhale up. Exhale over. Pull the strap. Inhale up. Exhale over. Pull the strap. Inhale up. Exhale to front. It's a little bit harder. Here we go. Take a breath. Spin to the right. Pull the strap. Pull, pull, pull. Inhale back to center. Exhale, turn left. Look left. Pull the strap. Inhale back to center. Watch your shoulders here. Inhale up. Exhale back. Maybe your shoulders don't come all the way back. It's no big deal. It's bones. Remember, it's bones. Inhale up. Exhale, pull the heart in. Reach to me. Keep the strap nice and tight. Inhale back to center and lower it. Beautiful. So you can see that the strap gives a little bit of oomph to what you're doing. You don't have to use a strap, but it enhances and it gives you an insight in that self-study lens of where am I feeling this the most and how can I enhance it even more? How can I make it feel even better? Now, remember, this is week 1. So we're kind of building a foundation as we go through the 30 days. Tomorrow's practice will be a more traditional practice, but only 30 minutes because I really want to emphasize you don't need an hour to do this. You don't need to commit to going to a studio. You can practice in your backyard. You can practice in your living room, 15 to 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe once a week to look at yourself and to realize that this form of ours has a great language that it speaks. And sometimes we don't listen to that language. And then that practice we apply to our life where we're not paying attention. That's what this whole thing is about. Paying attention to the body, paying attention to the thoughts, and then choosing grace and self love as we navigate our time here and there. That's all it's about. So tomorrow will be a more traditional, probably close to 30 minutes. So allow that. And then day 10, we'll pick back up to those 15, 20 minutes, kind of focusing on different body parts. Let's take one more side bend. Drop your right hand, reach up and over, get a nice C curve, make it soft. Inhale back up, beautiful breeze out here. Exhale over, a warm breeze, but it's nice. Inhale back up and then lower your arms, grab your seed. We begin tomorrow doing something with the seed. Remember, I'm building hope in my heart. Open it, grow it, scatter it, and bring it on back. Open it, grow it, scatter it, and bring it back. Think of it this way. If you're cultivating love in your heart, you will influence the people around you, and that love will then be returned to you because they will be more loving. If you're more patient, if you're growing patience, if you're growing strength, you will influence the people around you. They will become stronger, and that strength or that hope or that patience will be returned to you. So the work that you do on yourself not only betters the world, but it betters you twofold. All right. What a breeze. It's warm. Have a beautiful rest of day 8. If you don't have straps and you'd like to have one, you can pick these up at Amazon or Walmart. I have my favorites in my Amazon shop. Or you can just borrow one from me if you're local and give it a try. So I'll see you tomorrow for day 9. Enjoy day 8. Have a great day. Bye.